speaking practices also improved by this way, and that's how I am teaching. Okay, and I never and few, but I don't have any problem in explaining in grammar, and I make very few mistakes in solving any grammatical part, because I in my previous years, whenever I came into this teaching field, I used to focus only on grammar, and I had a misconception that if if I if I am good at grammar, then I can speak very well. But this was not the right thing. Okay, but after learning grammar, so I thought.
Introduce ourselves, then we will discuss about other topic.
My name is Babu. I hail from West Bengal. If I talk about my qualification, I have completed masters in English literature, and my hobbies are playing cricket, football, and having conversation with different kinds of people. I'm a kind of optimistic and hardworking person. I love to learn new things. And apart from that, I have been running a YouTube channel by the name of English with Bablu, where I upload English related conversational videos. And by profession, I am a teacher. So that's all about me.
Wow, wonderful introduction. It's my turn. So, as you know, this me too, and at this moment, I'm talking to you from my village, Moshiram, that is in the district of Purulia of West Bengal. And if I talk about my hobby, so I do exercise early in the morning, and in my free time, I watch English related videos. Some of the times I watch English movies so that I can enhance my communication skill. And as because I'm a spiritual person, so early in the morning I do meditation. That's all about myself.
We are meeting, I think we are meeting the second time, right?
Yes, yes, this is our second meeting. A long back, we have met, I think, since 3 months ago, I think. But I watch your videos. You are uploading videos regular basis, and different things you are applying. So it's quite good.
Someone tell me, how is your English speaking journey is going on?
It's going good. It's going good, and I'm also optimistic like you. I also try to speak English fluently. Nowadays, I'm focusing on my accent because I'm actually fascinated about that. So I always try to develop myself so that I can speak English fluently with my students and all. So that's all.
For, for enhancing your speaking skill, so what types of practices are you doing right now? Nowadays, what types of practices or have are you applying?
I actually watch a lot of YouTube videos like TED Talks and podcast and native speakers conversations. All these things I follow. Whatever they are saying, I repeat after listening. This is called shadow practice. And by doing that, am developing my accent because whenever I'm listening, so I'm thinking a little bit the way they are talking and try to copy them. That way, I'm developing my accent. So all these things am I doing. Besides this, I read English story. Those comes on YouTube. There are a lot of stories. So all these things I'm doing in my free time.
Let's hear about it. Okay. So, have you read any English book recently?
Not really. I actually don't have that much time. So I don't read any book at this moment. Just I giving time to on YouTube, and suppose I'm working something, so I start mobile and I'm listening. Like sometimes I listen because one is English speech, and she is a spiritual teacher across the world. She is giving the knowledge to the common people across the world. So I also motivated by listening her speeches and all. Even I have joined in these organizations after listening her speeches. So I have changed myself a lot. Even a lot of students also changed their mind. Like for instance, whenever we are going to plant a tree, that before that we give a boundary, so it actually works as a boundary. At present generation, most of the students, most of the people, not only students but also all the human beings are busy with mobile, so it is very difficult. It's a kind of addiction. So I teach all my students how to connect with God and all. Then I show them my conversational videos, and even at the end of the session, again they do meditation. And by doing that, they are able to understand, even they memorize everything. So it works as a boundary. So I try to give them spiritual knowledge to all my students.
Said that you also take meditation. You also take meditation. So I would like to ask you one question. So is meditation helps helps one to enhance their I think what should I say? Is meditation does meditation help one to uh, to build physical health, or just mental health? Meditation helps someone to build mental health or physical health.
See, both works. In both cases, it will help you, because if your mind is not peace, your health will be makes lots of problem. If your mind is peace, that means there is no issue. Whatever you will do, you will have a lot of energy. So it works in whole body. If you connect with God, suppose we want to charge our mobile. If we plugged in the wall without in electric board, so it will not charge. Mobile will not charge. Okay. Same way, there is no other second option. Without God, you can increase your power, your soul power. This is the only one place where people can recharge or increase the power of the soul. So it actually works in all directions, top to bottom, left to right.
I agree with your point. Okay. Also, feel free to ask me if you have any specific question.
Yes, I love to know that nowadays, what type of strategy are you developing? Because you are also teacher. I am also a teacher. I'm not teaching in any school, but yes, I'm running my own tuition center at my home. So all the school going students come to me. So how do you start teaching to the students so that they can have good command about this language? They can speak English fluently. Is there any tactics? Is there any strategy, new strategy are you applying while you are teaching students at school?
I have been in this teaching field for more than 16 years. So
Mm,
so that's how I right now we are in this 2025. Okay, so I have changed my teaching method, you can say,
mm,
because earlier I used to teach only on grammar. Okay, and in my mother tongue, in my
mm,
local language, Bengali. I used to teach them. I used to only focus on grammar. So that's how my speaking practice is not going well, and I don't consider myself a very good speaker at English. So that's how that's why I have changed my teaching style also. Nowadays, you can say I only focus. I just focus on speaking practice most of the times. Whenever I go to the classroom, I only focus on speaking. Whatever I going to teach my students, I used to speak only in English. Okay, if I want to explain something, the text or grammar part, I just focus on my speaking. Whatever I'm going to explain them, make them understand, trying to make them understand in English most of the times. But little bit in case of if they are not going to understand the topic, so at that time, if they keep on requesting me, so at that time I just tell them somewhat in Bengali, local language is Bengali, so that they can understand better. But my
mm,
main focus is to speak is to speak is to make them speak in English. Okay, and by this way I am going to improve myself. My speaking practice is also improved by this way, and
mm,
that's how I am teaching. Okay, and I never and few but I don't have any problem in explaining in grammar, and I make very few mistakes in solving any grammatical part, because I in my previous years, whenever I came into this teaching field, I used to focus only on grammar, and I had a misconception that if if I if I am good at grammar, then I can speak very well. But this was not the right thing. Okay, but after learning grammar, so I thought then I saw that I can't speak. Okay, so
mm,
then I used to change my teaching style, and then I used to change my thinking method also. And then I used to watch some YouTube videos, used to focus on speaking also. And I few months ago, you can say that 6 or 7 months ago, I started my speaking practice, and since
mm,
then I have been consistent. But few days ago, I had some physical problem, but you can say that I am always active. I always try to be consistent in this especially Skype group, because most of the participants, most of the speakers, learner, tutors are very active. Okay, and that's how my speaking practice is also going on very well with the help of these tutors like you. And that's how I am very grateful to all of you. And whenever I'm going to teach in my classroom, my confidence level is also very well, and I teach my students by speaking in English, or what I did in Bengali also in my previous years. But nowadays I'm going to explain all these things in English. Maybe at the time of explaining I make some little bit mistakes, but I
mm,
know it that we are not born with this English language. We just took this English as our second language. But now you can say that English as it has become an international language, communication language. It's very important for everyone, not only for the students, tutor, but for everyone. If you go to the outer side of outside of our India or abroad, you have to face a lot of problems if you can't speak English properly. And if you do any kind of job, in your life, maybe online, offline, all the stuffs are written in English. You have to fill up all these things in English also. So you have to focus. You have to speak this language. You have to. I think you have to. What should I say? You have to uh, immerse yourself totally in English. Okay. And if you keep on thinking in English, all these things, whatever you do from morning till night, so you have so your speaking will be also improved. Okay. And you have to always keep on thinking all the stuffs, all the daily routine, whatever you do from morning till night, and you have to learn some vocabs also, your related to your daily activities. By this way your speaking skill also be improved. Okay. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Mhm. So you are running your YouTube channel for a long time. So you are a government teacher. So what are teachers also showing interest to speak English? Those are especially a English teacher. Those are working in school. So have you spoken in English some of the times? Are they saying something that we also should learn spoken English so that we will be benefited and we also can teach some of the students at school? So such kind of discussions are you going on? Are you doing with other colleagues of the schools?
To be honest, I am eager to speak to them also in English, but not anyone is there not anyone is there is interested to speak with me in this English. Okay. And very few teachers just praise me or appreciate me whenever I speak English with someone, or maybe in audio call. Okay. Whenever, sometimes also some learners or any tutors from this Skype application called at the time of whenever I am in the school also. Sometimes whenever I receive the call and I just keep on saying something in English, at the time some colleagues sometimes appreciated me, but not all the time. Okay. But I am always I don't think that if someone praise me or not, it's theirs matter. Okay. But I always focus on my speaking practice. If I have been given any chance to speak this language continuously on any subject, I try to accept that opportunity. Because if you are not determined, if you are not consistent, okay, so nobody can force you to speak this language. You should take this opportunity. Okay. And you have to be very consistent. And so if you are very consistent, determined, disciplined, so nothing can stop you to learn this language. And as
Correct.
it has is my subject, so that's why I think that it's my duty to learn this language properly, so that I can teach my students in a better way. And I am blessed with a son also. I want to give him properly English speaking environment. So that's why I am learning this language. And uh, as we are in 2025, so I have taken resolution that i I will learn this language by hook or crook. Okay. And if I learn this language, definitely I can learn this language properly. Not only learning, I can speak this language like a fluent speaker. So I'll open an institute, spoken English institute or academy, where I can teach some students spoken English. Okay, so I have taken resolution in 2025. Let's see what happens. But I am very consistent, and I am very passionate to
Mhm.
learn this language properly also.
Yes, yes, definitely your goal will be fulfilled. When you are starting believing yourself, definitely everything will be easy and a lot of students will be benefited. That's why I'm saying that at least some of the students will learn how to speak in English, because in my English journey, I have realized that as because I have completed my whole education from Bengali medium school and college, so it was very difficult to start speaking in English with other persons because whenever I'm going to speak with someone, I thought that if I make some mistakes, what thing will happen? One other people will think about myself. So a lot of hesitation came in my mind at the beginning. So see, if you motivate students, they will be benefited rest of the life while they are going to look for some job. They will get job easily. Maybe some of the students will not get job in government sector because vacancies are limited in government sector. So where other students will go, they will look for some job in private sector. So definitely it will help them. That's why I'm saying. And you are doing a wonderful job. A lot of students will be benefited, and I hope your dream will be fulfilled very soon.
For your appreciation. I can just try my level best, but let's see what will happen in future.
Mm.
But definitely, I'm very hopeful and optimistic.
Mhm. Wow, wonderful. It was really lovely talking to you. And let's wrap up this conversations today. That's much for today. And bye for now. We will meet again.
Very fruitful conversation with you, and I enjoyed this conversation. And I hope that we'll have a conversation also next time very soon. Okay.
Okay, okay, bye. Good night.